Welcome back. Sandy, I'm excited about today because typically our Real Talk segments dive into an issue or a topic that one of us has a little bit of an opinion about here and there. And so today I just kind of want to pivot because parenting can be a lot of fun. And I just want to have that throw in a topic that is something that we all think about and want to have some fun. And that's how to help our kids know when we're happy and proud of them, just a little reminder that we love them. And I know that you are really, really innovative when it comes to interacting with your kids, especially when they're away at college. I mean, I know, you have to tell me what you do with your one daughter because she is a fanatic about mail. So tell me about that.
Okay, my older one went off to school and she has a different way of connecting and interacting. And so when my younger one went away, I had already been kind of conditioned to actually be a little more standoffish than what most parents would do. Certainly way more than you, Jude. I might talk to her, we might get a text once a week, we might talk to her every 2 or 3 weeks kind of a thing. Well, my other one went away and I knew that would be different. We would be more in touch. But I found out when I got in trouble that she loves mail. And I mean, I know we all like getting mail, but for her, that just made her feel really good. And it didn't matter what it was. So what I started doing is, yes, sometimes I would send her a card or write her a note. That's fun to do. I like to go down and find different cards, especially if I can find funny ones. I love to bring humor into their day because I don't need a big mushy message. The fact that I took the time to get an envelope and a stamp or a card or whatever tells them the mushy part. So I tend to find funny things. But then I just do things like I'll clip a cartoon that I saw in the paper because we still actually get a physical paper. So I'll, clip a cartoon, or I will even just take a sticky note. And there are these 2 little cartoon characters that I created when I was younger, when I was doodling. I'll just draw one of those guys on there and stick the sticky note in an envelope and mail it to her. And it just makes her feel good. It lets her know mom's thinking about her, mom loves her, and she doesn't have to look at an empty mailbox because that makes her feel sad. And then I do things like, for Valentine's Day, I bought a Valentine's dish towel because she's in a campus apartment, and, send that. Just not big, huge things, not things that take tons of time or tons of money. It's that little connection.
And I think that that's the thing. It's like, as our kids get older, when they're in their teen years, they push us away. They want their independence. They want their own thing, but they still need that connection to us parents. And I feel like sometimes we have to get creative in that so that it breaks through all the text message that they're getting and all the information overload that they get. And doing something like you're saying, physically getting something in her mailbox bridges that gap and provides that, for lack of a better word, that long distance hug, letting her know you care.
And Judy, I'm going to interrupt you too, because technology gets bashed a lot these days, especially, with kids and issues. But back in the early days in the Mighty Parenting Facebook group, you had commented that you will send your kids little gifts that are funny. And and I looked at the site that you had there, and they're hysterical. And that's, again, that little thing. Or I learned to use Snapchat, which... Oh,
I thought you said gifts. I'm like, I don't send gifts. You mean gifts, like GIF, as like on a text message. I got you. Okay.
So the tech can do that. You can send a text message, or like you said, you can learn to use Snapchat. But again, that's that funny piece, and, it's keeping in touch. But I want to talk about things at home too. I know I have a couple things I did like when they were in junior high and high school, or even when they're visiting home now. But, I'm creative in one way. You're more like crafty creative.
I am.
Like that outlet. Did you do stuff like that for your kids? Did that come into play at all?
In full confession, I did a better job when my husband was deployed. For those of you on the line that don't know, I'm an active duty military spouse. And when I sent him care packages, I would automatically create multiple and send them to my kids. When he's home, I'm not as good as the crafty thing, but like this weekend, we crocheted these little scrubbies, and my kids are going to laugh when they see them because grandma was here and their grandma was here. So I made one and she made one. Hers are beautiful. Mine are a little sad looking. So they will laugh when they see them. But making those little craft things, the care packages, a shoebox that I wrap in paper and fill with confetti or whatever it is, the things that I enjoy.
No, not whatever. I want some of those other ideas because, I don't think of that. I would never think of even just a little tiny box. You said just fill it with confetti,
Right. So, I like doing craft stuff gives me stress relief. And I know in one of our earlier shows, I think it was Dr. G said, get rid of things that you don't like to do to connect with your kids, right? So I try and do craftiness because I love it to give to my kids because then it forces me to take that downtime. So it's kind of a win-win also. But I will crochet something. I tried knitting last year and sent stupid scarves that are ugly as anything, but they're beautiful in that they're from me. So it's like the yarn stuff has been my latest thing. Paper crafts, little cards, trying to think of some of the other cookie stuff. I do a lot of baking, so I send homemade jellies and jams and things like that, mostly for my son. And Christmas is always a big one. I have to make boxes and boxes of cookies. I could probably just send him a gift card to go buy the ingredients for what I end up spending on mailing it, but it is what it is.
Well, it's about the thing from mom. And the food thing's interesting because that's one of the places I went when my kids were home is I would show them that I did food things for them. So it might be that I just got out my china for breakfast one day. Not for any specific reason, or maybe it was the first day of school, or I knew they had a big test. And so it was going to be a tough day. I wanted them to have a little mom love, or like I said, for no reason. But when they got up and they just saw china sitting at their place, it made them feel good. Or you see these mostly for snack ideas for parents to take into the little kids' classrooms.
Mm-hmm.
But I would take the cookie cutter take the little heart-shaped one because that's easy. You can do that for anything, and I had them for when we used to make Valentine cookies and cut the heart shape in the pineapple or, cut cut out a tiny little design in the middle of the apple ring or whatever. Or make, little fruit kebab for them. But just something like that is not a big deal. Even when they're older, they may laugh because it's kind of silly for mom to do little heart pancakes or whatever for, a teenager. But it doesn't matter that they laughed. It matters that they know that you cared.
Right. And sometimes I think our kids like it when we're dorky. I do. My kids will laugh. Now they're telling stories to their significant others. And my daughter, who has kids of her own, is telling stories of how dorky mom was for years and what I did. But I also see her doing things that I did. And I know you've done it too, but to write little messages on the steam in the bathroom mirror or
lipstick.
Well, lipstick is one of those things that it has bit me in the butt because I did it and I couldn't get it off the mirror.
Are you serious?
Because I used a lip stain.
Oh, geez.
Lipstick. But it looked really pretty, the message, but it took me days and days of scrubbing to get off. So be careful what kind of lipstick you use. But, all of those little things bring connection with our kids. And I think it's important to show it to our significant others as well, because then our kids see us modeling that relationship and that connection, and we'll bring that. And now my kids send me little messages here and there, just an I love you text or thinking of you today or, whatever. Do you see that happening? Yes. Reciprocating, right?
Yeah, they do. Like, you said, your daughter is doing for her kids what you did for her. Our kids learn best by watching what we do rather than what we say.
Exactly. And I know
we have to do is cut this off, Jude. I'm sorry. You want to get one more thing in?
No, I was actually going to say I'm going to have to cut you off.
All right, you cut me off. Go ahead.
It's just funny because I love what we're talking about. And I know that we're going to open up this because I know there's great ideas out there from our community. And so I want you to, if you're listening today, hop on over to the Facebook group, Mighty Parenting, and we will start a discussion in there about different ideas that you can do. And we'd love to hear what you have to say.
Yes, I need new ideas.
Yes, we need new ideas. And I know, Sandy, you want them to go straight to our website to sign up for something. What do you want them to sign up for?
I do. So if you go to mightyparentingpodcast.com, not only can you get the different episodes, you can see different links from our guests and resources and things. But on that page is a place where you can just pop in your email and you will get a notification every time there's a new episode. But when you do that, we also give you a little free gift from us. There's an inspirational bookmark and then just some really great parenting tips on what we found to be really one of the most important things you need to know. So pop on over there, just get that notification, and share your ideas with us on the Facebook group. And until next week, join Judy and myself again next week. But until then, enjoy becoming a mighty parent.
Bye.